Hi everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the session. Can you please let me know if I'm properly audible and visible? Kindly let me know. Okay, so for those who are watching me for the first time, I'm Niharika John Mehra. I am your English faculty over here, and I have been teaching English for more than 10 years. Now, here in these sessions, you are getting 3 days a week classes on this channel. That's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 1:30 p.m. We have more classes, of course. So on our other channel, which is CGB Mentors, that's a main channel. Okay, there we are having classes on other 3 days: Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay, this is Saturday, sorry, this is Friday. And we have Monday to Saturday regular classes. Okay, and these classes at 8 p.m. are editorial analysis classes, super important, very helpful. And this is something you all must attend. I mean, anyhow, if you can try to at least join these editorial analysis classes, they are going to help you to a large extent, trust me. Okay, so we have vocabulary session there, and grammar and some questions and all, तो बहुत helpful होता है. Okay, now we are gonna start doing the questions here. And first we have an RC. I'm not going to put a timer here because वो RC फिर वैसे ही पूरा screen ले लेता है. So there you go. That's your first question. I want you to keep your phones, or if you are using a laptop or a computer, please use full screen mode so that you can read the questions properly. अब ये जो है ये एक hybrid RC है. Okay, now, please go ahead, read the question on the right side, okay, and then go ahead and answer. For this question, if you want me to show you, I can show you. This is the passage in two parts. This is the first part, this is the second part. Some highlighted part is there. Uska jab question aayega, so you just read what is the highlighted part. Right now, this is something different. You have to read the whole passage. This is a mixture of reading comprehension and the individual question. Okay, hybrid RC hai. Please go ahead, read it. I'll give you some time to read this, and then I'll take you to the second slide also to read a little bit there. Sorry. A few more seconds on this slide, and then I will go to the next one. This is the next slide. Okay. Answer is D. Next question. Please answer here. If you're comfortable, do answer. Go ahead, answer in the chat. If not, then also it's okay. Again, I'm going to show you both the slides, like both the parts. That's the second part of it. Second part. Okay, that was the second part. Answer for this one. E. Next question. Next part. Answer to this one is B. Next one. You can let me know if you want me to take you to the second part. Answer to this one is E. Next question. Now there is a specific question here. So you need not go through the whole passage. Please read the question very carefully what is asked. Answer to this one is A. Next one, again a very specific question. Answer to this one is C again. Next question, specific place that you have to search your answer from. Answer to this one is B. And the last question of this passage was a lengthy passage, a lot to be done. The answer is okay. Now, let me quickly discuss the answers with you. Okay, please follow me. So some of the questions were based on the whole passage, like you will be required to read each and everything and then only you can answer. But yes, there were some parts where you were only required to read the highlighted one and then there you go. So in exam, you should try attempting those questions first. Like if you have a reference, this is the place and इसी में से आंसर चाहिए है तो आप पहले उसको कर लिया करो. Okay. So now the question is, with what example has the author described innovation as a change that can even prove to be economically lucrative? Okay. तो इसमें author ने कौन सा example देके हमको explain करा है? Okay. So we all are aware that the fact that nothing is permanent, neither products nor technology, as day by day improvements and updations are made, leading to new innovations and innovations in every sphere of life. So this is the intro part. Okay. Innovation refers to creation of a brand new product. Conversely, innovation is an act of making changes to the existing product or the process by introducing new ways. So it could be the all brand new invention, or it could be also some kind of change that is made to the existing product. At first sight, the two terms sound alike, but if you dig deeper, you will find there is a fine line. There is a difference in invention and innovation that lies in their connotations. While invention is all about creating something, innovation is the process of turning a creative idea into reality. So, what exactly innovation is? There is a fine line between genius and insanity. Innovation is not only important but can make or break business as well. So, this is what author is saying. Okay. When we talk about this thing, that innovation as a change that can prove to be economically lucrative, because if it fails, if it breaks the business, then everything is gone. So innovation can make or break a business. It can be super helpful, or it cannot be helpful at all. Okay, so this is what we get to see, which is a reference author has cited this thing that describes that innovation can prove to be economically lucrative. Since innovation is coming up with a fresh idea, it leads to research development of the organization. इसमें economically lucrative नहीं है तो पैसा और जा रहा है research में. Innovation is a result of invention and hence is economically feasible too. Feasibility की बात नहीं है, lucrative की बात है. It focuses on creating new items and new ways to produce existing items. Doesn't help us with understanding of proving the economically lucrative part, and hence इसका आंसर जो था आपका केवल डी था. आगे बढ़ते हैं. How is innovation a crucial element in the absence of impacts? In its absence, impacts business strategy. So how is innovation a crucial element? That कि उसका absence पूरा का पूरा strategy को impact करेगा. So in this case we will have to read further, और इसमें B और C है, competitors and lack of innovation. Okay, so innovative businesses create dynamic products, adjust services and or implement new ideas. They are not afraid to color outside the lines. If a business is not innovative, they risk losing the works to competitors. Lack of innovation also has indirect results such as losing staff, decreasing engagement. Losing staff, decreasing engagement. As companies are destined to fail in its absence because of the stagnant growth. Makes no sense. Also not mentioned in a passage. तो अगर आप देखोगे तो फ्लो में बहुत क्लियरली आंसर आपका बी एंड सी आ जाता था. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, आंसर ए एंड बी था. So which of the following statements or statement infers that an era of invention has not been dissipated but instead pushed aside by that of innovation? So we get to see about this in the third para of the passage. The era of invention is not over, but they have definitely been pushed aside for an era of innovation. Invention is not over, but वो कहीं ना कहीं backseat ले लिया है, because era of innovation is right now there. So how do we understand this? Okay, Innovation outclasses invention in enhancing a company's brand's name and profit. Name and profit important words हैं. Innovation is cheaper than invention as business models are leading towards enabling new inventions which require scientific skills. तो ये दो तीन keywords हर option में से हम ले लेंगे. And now we will read. While many people are still out trying to come up with next big invention that is going to improve humanity, businesses have discovered innovation seems not only trump invention in furthering a company's brand and profitability. Brand and profitability a आपको मिल गया, can but it can be far cheaper than when all framework is already completed. So it is also cost saving, it is cheaper. तो A और B आपको सीधा सीधा यहाँ पर आंसर मिल जा रहा था. Sony chose to innovate rather than invent. How has this helped its business grow? This is a very specific example, and this relates to Sony. Okay, now you can very easily find where this company's name is mentioned, and आपको बस उतना ही पढ़ना है ना, because the question is very specifically asked. So don't waste time on reading unnecessarily the whole thing again. So Sony's influence in technology market started with invention of the first tape recorder, and through years of creativity, etc., it became innovators of a variety of categories from computing and electronics to entertainment. Sony shows corporations that for a business to thrive, to grow, a company cannot stay stagnant with a particular item. Innovations are essential. So innovation helped Sony against staying stagnant with one item. An item जिसकी invention करी थी, that was tape recorder, but it continued not inventing but continued the innovation part, and that's why C आपका सही आंसर था. Now the question was specific. So what can be illustrated? What to understand from this statement? There is often a fine line between genius and insanity. Fine line is a phrase which is used at something which is for which we need to be very careful. Okay, so there is a fine line between truth and false, let's say, in a case. That means jara sa mistake kara, so we can end up with the wrong result. So one should be careful while innovating, as a successful innovation can build a business while a failure can destabilize. There is a fine line between genius, that is the success part of it, and insanity, that is the destabilizing part of it. Okay, so we need to be careful because there's a fine line and we need to work accordingly. Genius and insane innovations cannot be separated. No, author is not saying there is a line, there is a difference, but it is a thin difference. Genius innovations can turn into insane outcomes if they fall within the line. No, this makes no sense. Insane innovation होते क्या है? Provide a line, they give a line to us to develop genius innovations. This kind of relationship is so hard to even think. I mean, that is far from relatable. What can be inferred? Now, what do you understand behind the words and the meaning they convey in the sentence? They are not afraid to color outside the line. This is a phrase again which is used, and try something new even if it is risky. So businessmen are ready to think and act in a way that does not conform to set rules, even though it is risky for the business. Coloring outside the lines means you do something different, something way away or different from the set pattern, set rules. Okay, of course we are supposed to follow rules, strictly follow rules in some cases, but this is the context of business. So author of course is saying here that innovative businesses, what they are doing, they are taking risk by doing something which is not usually done in the business. It's something going beyond the standards, and that's your answer. See, then next one, statement C in the passage may not be grammatically or contextually correct. Choose the suitable alternative. So the era of invention is not over, but it has definitely pushed, because we're talking about era which is singular. तो ये दे किसके लिए है ना? It has definitely been pushed aside for an era of innovation. So this is the grammatical part you were supposed to check. Okay. You need to, of course, be very careful with such question because these are very basic error detection. Okay. The last one was so, like so. Uh, According to the author, in reference with the statement is what should be the criteria for innovation? A company does not need to invent to have a competitive edge in the market, but need to innovate and create product that is based on needs and desire of consumer satisfaction. There you go, that's the criteria. Chalo. Next question. You just need to identify a sentence which is odd one out. B is the right answer. So you just need to understand the sentence, identify, understand, and identify that is talking about something else than the central idea of the paragraph. So the real issue is the lockdown imposed slow the spread of corona. We can quibble over the details. It's a mistake to limit such loans to existing borrowers. Okay, we're talking about some loans and why. A bigger stimulus would have been the right way to address a crisis in aggregate demand. Coronavirus can be a crisis. India's policymakers found the correct prescription because they began with the proper diagnose. It is something again जिसका diagnose हो सकता है, but that's not the problem. Until we figure out the best way to reopen, it is all about lockdown and the pandemic. This one, B talks about loans part, and lots of smaller businesses may want to borrow for the first time. So the tone here, the theme here is altogether different. Very easily you can spot it, huh? Next question. I'll put a timer now. Now we have enough space for the timer to be on screen. One is only the first. You are supposed to identify the sentence which is grammatically correct, which means spot the error. So we have error first of all in the second one, which is the error of redundancy. Vaccines alone will not be what the silver bullet that will the answer of everything that will allow us to return to normal lives. But authorization of this है तो singular. Authorization is definitely a major step in what right direction and an indication what that 2021 can be brighter than 2020. See, that of is used in comparison when you have like x of something is brighter, greater, smaller than y of something else. तो that of आप यूज करते हो, x of you आप यूज करते हो, है ना? तो उस केस में what we do is we use that of or those of. But 2021 versus 2022, this is a straight comparison, okay? Just like Niharika is taller than Priyanka. तो वो चीज अगर आप देखते हो तो उसमें that of का need नहीं है, right? Next one, third head error. The head of Federal Bank pointed out that though inflation remains supply driven, remains के बाद adjective आता है, and if you want to explain more, you want to talk more about the adjective, modify it, तो आप use करोगे एक adverb का, तो predominantly होना था, predominant नहीं होना था. This one is absolutely right. Both, when you say both, you name two things using and. Manufacturing and other sectors witnessed pressures, broad price pressures. A factor singular है, that is likely to keep what? Inflation targeting bank from what? From resuming what? Interest rate cuts. How? In haste. In haste is an adverbial phrase which is talking about पहले का काम कैसे हो रहा है और just talking about the speed of what happened earlier. Okay. So just to tell you, in mains exam, sometimes we don't get like 5 question of this type, 4 question of this type. You get a mix of question, assorted question भी होते कई बार. This is your next question. Okay. So answer here to this question is understand the question. Okay, so you have 3 words from the options below. Choose the sentence that uses any of these words correctly. So sentence can have any of these words and is grammatically and contextually correct. Okay. So India's food standard regulator FSSAI, अब उसको पूरा मत पढ़ो, उसमें गलती नहीं होगी, has started work on something, no, not of, start हुआ है ना क्योंकि काम. So see, in case they are adulterated, so this the use and the way word is used out of these three, adulterated, which means it is not pure, it has something impure added to it. यहाँ तक तो सही है, but grammatical error तो present है, so this cannot be my answer. The onus to engage, the burden to disengage in Eastern Ladakh is on China, which only reacted to the PLA's regression, नहीं aggression. Regression is पीछे की ओर जाना. India's economic compulsion do not permit increase in the defense budget. Currently, the bulk of defense budget bulk is singular, bulk goes into that. If I have here something which is grammatically incorrect, no matter the word is used or not used correctly. Galat means galat na, ek galti ho to bhi galat, do galti ho to bhi galat. People don't know often. Now, people don't often know. Whenever you use adverb of frequency, just like the word often, you use it before the main verb of the sentence. That's the position of adverbs of frequency which you have to maintain. Hence, D may be error tha. Answer to this one is D. Again, the words are there, but anyway, you have to go and check the whole sentence. Don't waste time. Don't think that, oh, I am not sure with the meaning of this word. That may not be necessary. Huh? So, President elect Joe Biden's appointment of a top diplomat is an important reassurance of commitment to strategic pilot need pivot. Pivot is the word where it means we are changing the direction, angle, and as we go ahead, that is going to benefit us. So, pivot hona chahiye, pilot makes no sense here. Strengthening ties with India enjoys bipartisan support in America. ये तो अपने आप में एक छोटा सेंटेंस हो गया जो सही है. India and Biden administration should focus on misleading wrinkles on trade. That means whatever things have gone wrong in trade. But why would we want to focus on the wrong thing? We want to focus on fixing wrinkles, which is a phrase. It means that we want to fix the things that have gone wrong. That is also wrong. So A or B out hai. Television news really didn't do justice to the story as the lockdown unlocked. They reported COVID-19 with starch figures and data misleading everyone. Okay. Now this one we'll hold on. We'll get back. Okay. Let's quickly check this one. So this anything goes for TRP attitude. Attitude का नाम दिया है उन्होंने quotation में. Hence it is correct. Indicates misleading people. Misleading सही है. Social and the print media exploded with outrage over their coverage, and on primetime debates, anchors took to defending themselves. Okay, taking to something means a person is adopting that measure to do something. Okay, now we see your words. Okay, of course we need to cross check them, plus we see that there is no error in this one. Some companies are grasping what this change, how faster than others. Consumers, investors are rewarding them. Example, अभी नाम आपको पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं. Portfolio is growing nearly twice as fast as other brands in its portfolio, so everything is right. In this one, television news really didn't do justice to the story of the century. As the lockdown unlocked, they reported. अभी यहाँ पे they कौन है? Television news है. They are the reporters. If reporters, then where is my noun? Reported on COVID-19 with starch figures, stark figures. Starch figures कुछ नहीं होता है, तो starch जो खाने में starch होता है ये वो है. Of course, this is wrong word to use here. So stark figures, that means बड़े, the figures are noticeable. तो वहाँ पे भी हम इसका use नहीं कर सकते. T is wrong. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I'm gonna see you at 8 p.m. on our main channel. We are gonna go ahead with the tutorial analysis over there. Okay, see you later.